What is up, you guys? We are back with another react to MrPokke this time. Very ironic because the recent drama with Io was what react was the recent drama with Io and MrPokke reacted to it. That was what caused all this to happen. So we are going to be reacting to the man, the myth, the legend here. So if you guys enjoyed, please be sure to like the video and subscribe for more Gacha Gaming content. Now let's begin.
For this, Tectone DM me, and he's like, "Yo, you should come on stream and like explain your."
So really quick, I previewed a little bit of this video, but basically what I do is that for videos like this, I preview like the first few seconds just to see like, if it's worth watching or not. So then I determine from that, like, okay, I'm gonna make content out of this or not. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to bore you guys with something. Anyways, let's restart.
A week before this, Tectone DM me, and he's like, "Yo, you should come on stream and like explain yourself, and like we can turn it into content, whatever." And I'm like, I don't know, maybe like
IYO confesses Tectone is the mastermind behind everything.
Subscribe!
Yo, IYO, do you want to get in the call? Like just a 5-10 minutes call, just to wrap up everything, and hopefully people just move on. Oh, you're good. I mean, I'm good. Sure. All right, let's go.
I find it really crazy how his Juyuan background has been changing so much since her release. Oh my god. Like, I watch him quite a bit, and that background has been changing so much ever since Juyuan has been on there.
going on.
Yo, are you good?
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a quick little one, just to like wrap everything up, and then the negative edge guy and everything. Yeah. I think it's funny. No, I genuinely think it's funny.
I do think it's funny as well. Like I'm not tripping about the terms. I think because like I okay, everyone's saying it's an ego. It's not an ego. I do have one, but that's not what I had an ego for. So even if I did get the terms misused, which was like car cancel,
Right.
I didn't misuse negative edge.
I think there was
saw
this one guy
Akron's-
that said you did.
Yeah, Akron. Yeah, he said I did, but then from the other FGC members that I talked to, which is like I talked to a lot, because before I even mentioned those terms, I went around my rounds looking for like, okay, what is this? Is this what this is? Yada yada, this and that.
Right.
Sanwa has negative edge in the game, which like a lot of people don't play Sanwa apparently, but she has it. So his definition of what he was looking for, which is like hold the button for his go tanks and then let it go and do what Sanwa has it. So like they're saying it's not in the game, and I'm like, yeah, it is.
Now, here's the thing. They might have put it in the game unknowingly, but I don't think they intended it as an actual feature. The fact that you were able to catch that and, like, like, say that, oh, wait, this reminds me of negative edging, or like, oh, this is negative edging, then, okay, cool, but I don't think it was the dev's intention to include that in the game, you know what I mean? Because, like, maybe it is in the game, maybe it is, but maybe they didn't intend to actually put it in the game itself. Like, okay, it's kind of like how Hoyoverse released Hyperbloom, right? But they didn't expect it to, like, pop off so well. Or like how they released, like, Geo, where they didn't expect it to be the worst element. Like, some of these things just, like, weren't planned. You know what I mean?
We could positive edge if you want to, guys. I don't care.
What the fuck is a positive edge? There such a thing?
There's no such thing as positive.
Okay.
Also, I really like how Io's taking to his jokes, like, very nicely. He seems to have finally calmed down. He seems to finally have, like, a calm, collected mindset. And I'm just really proud because, again, like, when I was reacting to the guy, well, I wasn't reacting. When I was looking at the guy from the sidelines and I was, like, watching MrPokke's react to his, the Neo Gacha community video, I was just like, oh my god, this guy seems like he can have the right takes, but he's just, like, in the wrong mindset. So, the fact that he looks like he's in the right mindset now, I think I can finally start to look for the positive side of him. Instead of the negative side of him. Negative edge.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
yo,
and then I think-
how have you been, man? With like the whole thingy, yeah.
A lot. Yeah, a lot. Yeah, it's been I don't know, dude. Mentally, it's been a lot to deal with. I don't mind disagreements. I think people think that I just can't be disagreed with, and I'm like, that's not true. I just don't like being disagreed with and then told to die or insulted or other
That's
things,
completely fair.
Okay,
which
to
is why
be
I'm always
fair,
so like
it's
aggro.
it's the internet. You gotta, it's
I
bound to
understand. I
happen.
understand that.
Yeah.
You know, but like I would like to imagine that we have people with brains.
Wait,
Then you have come to the wrong community. Okay. I get that it's understandable that you were a little bit hurt from the community feedback being mean, because if someone's being mean and you felt like someone's being mean back, then that's completely fair. But what you've got to understand is the gacha community is full of stupid people. Not everyone in the gacha community is dumb, but it's full of a lot of stupid Twitter nerds. So when you post a video and you're and the video is directed to a community full of Twitter nerds, expect feedback that of a Twitter nerd. You know what I mean?
what?
I'll stop pausing.
I would
so
like
much.
to imagine people are smarter on the internet. Like maybe it's just my imagination.
That's
you
just
know?
a crazy take, because there's
Yeah,
no way people are gonna
crazy.
be like this. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I see that now. I see that now. Oh no, I 100% told that dude to die. Absolutely. I don't know who that is. Die.
I don't even know what you said, but okay. Die.
Because the whole time I'm like listening to you and like the whole techno thing, and I'm just chilling, right? Like it's the morning time. I do my normal thing. I chill
Huge.
and I hang out in you guys' stream.
Yay.
And this guy's fucking going ham on me, like, bro, I'm praying for the downfall of IYO, him, yada yada, this and that. He's whatever. I'm like, all right, bro. Like,
Yeah. Die. Straight to the point. Yeah.
yeah, no, that's 100% on one guy, guys. That's 100% on one guy. I'm not even gonna deny that. But I do want that one guy to no longer be existent.
Then what about like going forward into the future, like your content plans, all that kind of stuff?
So after the podcast, we had like a good sit down, and then even before the podcast, I was speaking with like Afro and Moon and Rihu. We were all at Evo, and they were talking about it. So I think it's just the way that I approach or like how I word things. And that's what I meant when I said like it's hard to disassociate with that, not because I can't do it, but more so that when I talk, there's a certain way that I talk. And if I'm passionate about something, i.e. fighting games, then it's just gonna go, right? Like there's no filter. I don't think about it. It just slips out. It's the same way that if somebody were to start talking about Pokemon, I'm just gonna let it go. I'm gonna go ham, right? But that's really all it is. So
Okay, but me personally, there's a difference between being passionate and being a dickhead, because it kind of just sounded like you were being a dickhead. I mean, like, again, I tried reacting to the podcast, and, like, intentions can, like, like, the person speaking's intentions can be different from what people are perceiving it to be. But at the same time, you've got to, like, think about what you're saying, even if you are passionate of the topic. You know what I mean? Because, like, you might be passionate, but, like, if something comes out wrong, you're not going to seem passionate. You're going to seem like a dickhead. So, yeah.
I think being
now
passionate
that I'm
about...
more aware,
No,
No, go ahead.
sorry. Oh yeah, I was just saying, I think being passionate about fighting games is completely fine. It's like I'm fucking passionate about League of Legends. But like, I think there was this argument, especially by the Rednu guy. I think he kind of threw this clip where you kind of like demean the gacha players. And say
Yes.
that, oh,
Yeah, that
like,
wasn't-
Yeah.
that wasn't my intention.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
Yeah, it just the way that came out once I because I listened to the video like 6 times. So
Oh,
the
shit,
way
okay.
that came out, I see where it like how people would get offended by that or whatever. I have my own reasons for that, is like why I think that happened, the offended part, but it wasn't my intention. Like I didn't say that as a means to be like, oh yeah, man, fuck the gacha community, they're dumb, they can't play buttons, whatever. It's more so that me, and again, chat or whoever, you guys have to understand that a lot of my experience with the gacha community is going to be derived from my own channel. It's not going to be from Pokke's channel or from Tech's channel or from anyone else. So the communities are different. My community, and when I have my videos, I make my comments and I do say things, even if I don't mention fighting games, and I'll tell somebody, like for instance, the Sanwa stuff. If I don't use a term, so I don't say negative edge, and I explain the Sanwa thing, they're gonna go, what? And then now I have to explain it. But if I do attach a name to it, I'm not gonna make up a name. If I already know that the term exists somewhere, like the origin is from, the fighting game, whatever. So I'm just gonna use that term. But a lot of times what ends up happening is I'll mention or explain something, and then people in my community, or at least in my comment section, will go like, I don't really get that. Can you break it down this way? Or can you do this that way? Why would I want to do the goober cancel if I don't have to? You know what I mean? So like I'm addressing and speaking to my community first, and then random or new people happen to see it and then they take offense to it. But it's
Wait, no,
never my intention to speak down on them, because I don't think that they're lesser than. It's more so that based on my own experience from putting out these videos for X amount of years, this is the result. And the result is usually, hey, I play fighting games or I play Overwatch. Like, it's always something else that they do that allows them to immediately gravitate towards a more technical skill or picking up on something versus just a regular Gacha game player. I was just like, Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact, you don't really have to do any of that, right? So a lot of them, they don't care. The terms, the inputs, the mechanic, none of that matters to them. So if they don't have to do it, they won't do it. And if they don't do it, they'll never learn how to do it, which means it doesn't exist. And that's kind of how I'm always going about it.
Okay, that's interesting. So I think what he said was that he bases his community off of like general feedback. Okay. I think that is a very fair thing to say, because when I made my Genshin Impact like sucks video, what I was directing it towards was the Genshin community. And what I was expecting was new viewers, and those new viewers did not like the video. So I think it's fair to say that since a lot of new people did not like that video and the Genshin community was directed towards that video, then it's safe to say that majority of the Genshin community did not like that video. Okay, that's a very fair take. I like that. Okay, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I think that's also like a point that Tatum brought up, which is basically if I can just M1 all the way and just like dodge or whatever, all these kind of like terms loses its meaning to learn all these combos.
Yes.
And Gacha players, I think they just find it, like for example in Zenless, like I think you brought this point, like the combat for Zenless and Wuthering. In Zenless, I think for the most part, although you can have like all these kind of cool combos, like the Nicole, the spin, and it shoots the ball from the sitting position, all that kind of stuff, is like a lot of times it just doesn't really get applied because a lot of the content they can just be cleared with like very simple stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And it's like Devil May Cry. Like I think I brought that up in one of my more recent videos. And even though like Zenless isn't akin to Devil May Cry in terms of like their one-to-one, the concepts of an action game do exist in Zenless, where like there are things that you can do to make the game way more enjoyable, but you don't have to do it. I can go through Devil May Cry Smash and Square and X, and I'll beat the entire game, no matter the difficulty, right? But if I want to have fun or like whatever it is that I'm doing, now I can do the stylish, right? Like they have the stylish combos. In Zenless, that's all I've been trying to like push out there, and I've made that very clear in a lot of my videos that like you don't have to do anything, but if you choose to do it, this is how you would go about it. I just want to have fun with the game. Like I don't really care about, you know, like, oh, can I clear this and sub 1 minute? Like I'm gonna get my rewards regardless, bro. It doesn't really matter to me because I just know what I'm doing on that fact. And other people are much more aware of like, oh, if I can just mash it and still get an S rank, then bro, just mash it. It's not a big deal. But if I want to have fun, then I'm gonna find a way to have fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, kind of like zero cycling in Honkai Starbucks, you know, it doesn't even matter if it's zero cycle or 10 cycle.
Exactly.
Right, yep.
All right. Now, I really do understand where he's coming from here when he says that he put these terms, like he introduced these terms to people so that they can find another way to have fun. I like that take a lot. But here's the thing. It's not that you were introducing the term, you already like apologized for this, but it wasn't that people were mad at you introducing terms. It's just that when you introduced the terms, you came off as a dickhead as you were doing so. Because you were like, Gacha Game players like couldn't do this, or like welcome to fighting games or something like that. That's just, no one's gonna take that nicely with how it sounds. And again, you apologized for it already, but that's kind of the reason why people were mad in the first place.
Any closing thoughts for the community?
Shit, dude, I don't know, bro. You got any closing questions?
Wait, let me, because this call also came as a pretty big surprise as well. Okay, neutrally speaking, where would you say you stand with like with Tectone? Because I think you've mentioned in some of your tweets, I don't think you seem very
here
neutral.
we go.
So like, yeah.
It's not about being neutral with him. I felt like I wouldn't be neutral with everybody because I was pissed,
Right.
like livid, yeah. And it wasn't even like I'm mad at him because, oh man, he's making fun of me. Like I don't really care about that. It's more so that with Tectone in particular, it was like I went into the stream prior to that, and then literally, because no one sees the DMs, a week before this, Tectone DM'd me, and he's like, "Yo, you should come on stream and like explain yourself, and you know, like we can turn it into content, whatever." And I'm like, I don't know, maybe like based on my own reception, they don't really seem like they care to listen. Which now we see that they don't really care to listen; they just want blood. And so I'm like, I don't know if that'll be a great idea. I'll let you know in the morning. That morning rolled over, he took his break. So I said, oh, okay, cool. I don't have to worry about it then. And then, of course, when he came back, I'm going to Evo. He starts doing his stream. Everyone's blowing up my phone. Tectone's reacting. Tectone's reacting. Tectone's reacting. I'm like, oh, shit, that wasn't supposed to happen. Hold on. And then that's where everything happened. So as I'm trying to explain it to him, I guess during his stream, he's like, nah, I'm going to finish my content first, and then you can talk about it, which we didn't talk about after that point. So, like, it never happened. I'm like, damn, dude, like, let me explain so that you are aware if you're supposed to be like, I guess, looking at it from a more fair perspective. So it was just, there was so much happening at once. And then your videos before that, right? And then like you made the memes out of it. So I'm like, okay, cool. Those are funny, but your community, as per like old dude that I told to, you know, die or whatever, they don't think it's funny. You know what I mean? Like there's a difference between like when you and I joke and like we'll make fun of something, right? Absolutely. Or like tech jokes, like those are homies doing like fun stuff or you know, just joking around. But then like that 10% of your community, they don't think it's a joke. Like they genuinely hate somebody.
Yep.
Right. And then they make it exactly. So now you have that amplified by like 10%. 10% of your audience might be like what, 10K if we're looking at your YouTube subscribers, right? 10% of Tectone's chat when he's pulling in 14K, that's 1,400 people. So it's like it's not just one guy at that point, right? Like that's a lot of people coming your way to like constantly hammer you down on some shit. So it's whatever. And then Fob stuff. Fob was like the lightest, but it reignited everything. You know what I mean? Like,
okay, so I think I find it very understandable that he didn't want to, like, you know, go into a call at that time. I don't think he mentioned this, but if he were to go into the call at the time and he was making those bad takes, because he's making better takes now, and he understands that his takes were a little bit out of line for some of them. But I feel like if he were to go in call with Tectone at that point, Tectone probably would have eaten him alive. And I'm not saying this just to be like a Tectone dick writer, because I don't dick write Tectone, I just like him. But, anyways, if he were to go into call with Tectone, Tectone would tear him alive because he was not in the right mindset at the time. And plus, him not wanting to, like, go back into the chat because he was doing something that he liked to do, that was also very understandable. And being, like, overwhelmed with all this shit as well is also understandable, because you gotta understand, even though he was wrong for some of his takes, he also got berated with lots of racist and just, like, lots of comments as, like, in general. Like, he had me, which is insignificant compared to the other people, but he had me reacting. That's 5,000 people that didn't like him. He had Rednu reacting, and that was even more people that didn't really like what he was saying, also reacting to see him be even more wrong. And then we had Tectone, who's probably the biggest gacha creator in the space. We had Tectone reacting, and that brought even more people to his attention. So being overwhelmed by all this shit is very understandable.
Like the video was dead. It was dying off. Nobody was looking at it. Comment hadn't been there for like 2 or 3 days. Like it was cooling. And then Fob was like, you know, I think he's wrong about Wuthering Waves. And I'm like, fuck, Fob, like, why? The news side. And then so it went from like one point of the video to another point of the video to another point of the video. I'm like, bro, y'all could have just let this shit go and DM me.
Awaken to
Like, it's cool. And they're like, nah, man, we gotta milk this shit. And then like I think Hex made a video or something like that.
Wait, Hex made a video?
People, she's the one that DMs me the most, like I guess trying to check on my mental. I'm like, you could have just DM'd me too. Like, what is going on? And then Kush did one. I'm like, wait.
Okay, so here's the thing. I don't agree with this at all, because here's the thing. When you post a video, no matter how old it is, you should always have the possibility in mind that it's going to blow up or that someone's going to look at it. Because When I posted my stupidity of this level is insane or something like that, where I reacted to Ryan being like a retard detective, basically what happened there was the video got 100 views, and I was like, okay, I guess it's done making views. And then I go to like use the bathroom and I use my phone, and then what do you know? The video's at 500 views out of nowhere when I refresh my YouTube studio. I'm like, oh shit. So here's the thing. You cannot just expect people to not look at a video just because it is months old. And this may be like the obvious, but like from what Iyo is saying, he did not expect people to go in and react to the video that he made, which was the Wuthering Ways new Gacha community bullshit. But you really shouldn't expect people to like not view your videos, even no matter how old they are, because again, with Tectone, I'm pretty sure when he reacted to Ryan, that video was like several months old. And then when he reacted to the Shadman video recently, that video was 2 years old. So there's an open world for possibilities whenever a video is released. You just gotta like sit and let them happen, whether that be like months from now, days from now, weeks from now, years from now, decades from now. People are going to react to a video if they find it interesting, no matter how old it is. But you also gotta like defend yourself when people say like this is outdated, because for me at least, lots of people say stop milking it whenever, I made the video at the right time, but they're just too stupid to read the date on the fucking description.
Wait. This is all happening in the span of like 12 hours apart. Like this has to be a collaborative effort at this point. So I'm losing it, dude. And I had to get off. Like I had to disassociate from the internet, like Discord, Twitter, whatever. Like if it wasn't like my immediate, I can text you, I just wasn't on. So then I took a refresh and now we're here.
Damn, that's crazy though. Like how
What a
everything just
timeline,
transpired from like 0 to 100, like literally 0 to 100 in just, man.
What a time!
Holy shit.
Yeah. And guys, I'm not saying that Hex isn't on or against me. I didn't watch any of the videos. That's my point. Is like there was so much that I'm not gonna sit there and like constantly look at, oh, what does this video say? Okay, here's another 40 minutes, here's another 50 minutes. No, I'm not, dude. That's crazy if you think I'm gonna sit here and waste my time like y'all watching 50 different reaction videos. Like I don't have time to do that, especially.
Now, I would only react to one of those videos. I'm sorry for interrupting so much. Excuse me. But I would really only react to those videos if it's someone you're really close to making a video like that. I find it very understandable that he doesn't want to like react to all these videos because again, he was overwhelmed. And him being more overwhelmed would probably have made that shit so much worse. You know what I mean?
See, when at that point in time, I'm not home.
I mean, hey, now that you're back, it's free content for you. You can just watch everything for you.
Okay, and that's another thing. Here's the thing. If you were to react to all those videos too, the situation would probably just escalate, and especially at the time you were angry as well. Yeah, don't react to those videos if you know you're gonna like get like bad feedback from it. Because he was in a mindset at the time to where he was really angry that people were, reacting to his video, and then people were talking about him online in a very negative way, which is understandable. And the other part's understandable is, like I said, if he were to react at that time, then it would just make things so much worse because, one, Tectone especially would probably go back and see that he reacted, and probably, if the drama is bad enough, react to the reaction, and then they might just make things worse. So yeah, I find it very understandable that he didn't want to react to those videos because he was not in the right mindset at the time, and it would probably have made things worse.
That could be the case, but like that's a lot of time.
Exactly, and the only thing you have is time, man. Free content. What are you gonna do? Goober cancel in Zenless? Might as well just watch the weekend.
I could, bro. I could.
Right? Yeah, fuck it, man. If everyone is like farming, you might as well just reverse farm it,
Yeah.
Make it like
You're gonna have to show me the ways to reverse farming.
Bro, just make a 10-hour video. Like, I took your
Make a 50-page Google Doc.
1.5 hours, I think. Wait, did it?
Oh, gosh.
Wait, did I?
Yeah.
No, I think my video was 1.5 hours long. For I don't know what reason. Then Tectone made it like almost 2 hours. So it's just reverse react everything. Yeah. Then you can just title a video, proving the gacha community is rotten. Oh my god, perfect thumbnail.
Oh gosh.
And then just put slap on like Tectone's face and like scowl emoji, scowl, and like oh my god, it's gonna be crazy. Yeah.
they're gonna hate
Skull
me for that
emoji,
one.
fire.
Yeah, but it will go so hard because that would chain like an even bigger react from Tectone, and it's gonna be like 20 hours. It will just never end. And then you can just use it for like your main channel, and then your sub channel is just gonna be then keep videos and stuff. But if you want to,
We're
if you
gonna
want to,
be
yeah.
we're gonna be in patch 3.0 still talking about this shit.
Absolutely. Yeah, just double down. Just keep doubling down and doubling down and doubling down and just never back out. Never back out. It's gonna be great.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. But at least now you're doing fine now, right?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm a little better now. I see some of the folks are like, just make one final like video, like, you know, addressing whatever. It's like I already have all the notes if I did want to make the video, but yeah, just I don't like wasting time.
Okay, what defines a
Which
wasting
was
time?
very-
'Cause this is technically content.
Anything that I don't enjoy.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Because like time is different valuables to like different people, right? So like for me, if I sit here and make a video, let's say that I did make this 5-hour mega video, right? And then a majority of the comments do not care to listen. So it's just like they're repeating shit from 40 hours or 40 minutes or 40 months ago, whatever. Then to me, it's now a waste of time because I've wasted X amount of time to put out this 5-hour video just for them to not listen. Like because they've already shown they don't care, right? Like even with the podcast, if you go through some of the comments, like
The podcast
they're
was
still
good, by the way.
saying shit.
It was a good
Thank
ass
you.
podcast, yeah. Like both Gacha.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's good.
And like they held me accountable to some things. Like it didn't feel like I was being attacked by like 5,000 people at once. So I could easily like listen to them without having like any kind of like vitriolistic comments, and then like, okay, cool, I get it. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying there. Like that does make sense. Like I see it that way now. Yada yada, this and that. But
Okay. I also find it very understandable that he doesn't want to make like a, you know, summary or a Ray the drama or something like that. But like I feel like me personally, I would, if I were in like some sort of controversy or something like that, I would make a video like covering everything because me personally, I want people to know that I put my thoughts out there. And if they were to say that I never mentioned this or I never mentioned that, unless I never mentioned yada yada yada, I can just say, hey, go to this video. I already said all of this. That would save me a bunch of time. And if they were going into my comments and like giving me analytics, that is more people that I can show that video so that they also know that, you know, I explained myself. So I think it's just a matter of perspective, like he said. But me personally, I would make that type of video if I were in some type of misunderstood controversy or like controversy in general, stuff like that. Because I want people to know that what I said is already out there. And if they're wrong and they said that that stuff isn't out there, boom, video already explaining everything.
going into like video mode, they don't care. Like none of them, I'm not gonna say none of them. Some of them in the comments clearly did not watch the video because they're saying things that were addressed in the video. And they're like, he just needs to apologize. He misspoke. All he has to do is apologize to us. In my brain, I'm like, who the hell are you? Like, who am I apologizing to in the event there was apologies to be had? You
You would be apologizing to the gacha space because you downplayed a lot of their skill and whatnot.
know what I mean? Like, none of this shit would have blown over the way it did if people weren't so offended by it. So I'm like, okay, let me apologize to the gacha community real quick. You know, like,
They were reasonably offended because what the takes you made were very, you know, they felt very hostile. You already explained that they weren't hostile, but the takes you made, they felt very hostile. So they had a reason to be mad at you, and they had a reason to want you to apologize.
I didn't mean to make y'all feel the way that y'all did about fighting games. Like, is that the apology they want? Or is it like to the FGC, yo, I didn't mean to bring up fighting game terms into the Gacha Game community. My bad, FGC.
They just want you to apologize for feeling like you were talking down to them. That is all.
Like, who gets the apology here? You know what I mean? It's
The gacha space.
crazy.
Yeah, I get you.
Rednu joined the call!
Honestly,
Oh,
it's
no.
just about like the way you present your points, and that's pretty much
Yeah,
about
and I
it.
learned that.
Yeah, I think everything else is just like meme at that point, like negative edge and everything. It's just the memes along with it. The combat, the exploration of Wuthering waves, and then they're all subjective takes. You can have your own take, and then somebody that enjoys Wuthering, they will like that take. So there's not too much to say there. Other than that, I think just is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
All right, great.
Also,
Yo,
if Red's in chat, Red's cool. Rednu.
Oh shit! Wait, Rednu's in chat.
Yeah,
Oh
he's
my
cool.
god, bro, his video was also pretty good. Genuinely.
Yeah, his video is the only one that I like sat and watched all the way through, and I DM'd him, and we talked about it. That's why I'm like, Red News.
He DM'd him and sent him very offensive stuff. No, I'm joking. He didn't do that. There's no confirmation that he did that.
Red News pretty chill.
Oh shit! Yo, do you wanna call with Rednu?
I mean, shit, I'm down.
Oh,
Yo,
cool.
Rednu, you wanna call? Oh my god.
He's gonna be like, I'm at work.
Is he at work? Appreciate you, Ian.
I don't know. Thank you,
Yo,
thank
wait, he
you.
said I. Yo, hold up. Oh my god, this just comes out from like nowhere. All right, yo, let me
You
call you
haven't
guys
met
in
it
a little
already?
bit. I don't think I've ever met him until today. But yeah,
Okay, hold on. I got it.
you get
Oh,
it?
that's cool.
All right,
Rednu,
sure,
I'm
sure.
gonna send you right now. As soon as he accepts, I'll make the call.
Absolute cinema.
What do y'all be saying? Absolute cinema.
It's just a good emote. And how this just happened like out of nowhere, like legitimately out of nowhere.
I don't know why.
Oh yeah, yo, how is your Zenless, by the way? Like,
The game?
yeah,
What do you mean? How is it? Like, is it chilling or is it good or is it?
like, are you like where are you at for like shield defense and like all that kind of stuff?
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't get to play it all for like a week, so
Oh,
I'm still
shit.
on. Yeah, I'm like level 36, 37, something like that.
Oh shit. Yo,
Like the last little week of Ellen being here, I just didn't get to play, and then
Okay.
these past couple of days, I've been trying to catch up.
Have you heard of
That's
something
right,
called
fair.
executive account managers? It's great.
I think I need those.
Bro, it's so good. It's actually crazy. But yeah. Okay, yo, I'm gonna call you then. Yo.
Okay. Okay. Do I even have anything to say here? Oh yeah. Wait. What the fuck is that little white chalk thing he keeps putting on his nose? I have no idea what that is. Could someone like tell me what that is? Like I've seen it in like a lot of his videos, and he's just been like playing with it, putting it in his nose and whatnot. What is that? Okay, there you go.
Yo,
Holy shit. Hello. Wow.
How's it going?
Yo, that's crazy. Yo,
Chilling,
Rednu, that was a
chilling.
crazy video, man. First time seeing you. Thank you so much for making that. It was insane.
Bro, it was fun to make. I really enjoyed making it like out of this whole situation. What was really cool was I got to like nerd out and talk about like what I knew about fighting games. So that's like
you see how good that
something I
feels?
thought was really cool. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
I
that's
see
how
why you do
I
it.
see. I'm telling you, dude. Like, it's nice. It's a nice thing. Like, obviously, I understand that the way it came off, it could have been pretentious, but it's really just a passion thing.
Yeah, 100%. You just want
Again, passion and how you word your passion are two completely different things.
to share that.
I mean, I'm just
Bro,
here
like-
just for y'all to yap, because y'all could maybe want to clear some things out or whatever. Fuck, then yeah, go for it.
No,
What the hell are you
I talked to Iyo over DMs. Iyo reached out to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And actually, even on the podcast, I watched that whole podcast in length, by the way, and it was good. It was a good ass podcast. I'm not familiar. Oh, Vulcan, right? He brought up a lot of good stuff about like content creator stuff, like morning energy, right? And like I don't know, just a whole bunch of other good stuff. And
Morning
but no, I
energy.
was just looking at the comments, and a lot of them are just like, "Yo, I didn't watch any of this, but it sounds like Iyo didn't talk about X, Y, and Z, so you know, fuck that guy." I'm
Yeah.
like, damn.
Okay, that's where it gets messed up. If you quote unquote watched an entire video, then you should know like majority of the content in the video. Now, if you were to mistake something and you correct yourself, that's different. But if you intentionally like speed through a video, don't know anything the guy is saying, and then you just give him more hate that's like really needed, then that's just messed up. That's where it becomes
It
I'm
was
telling
really
you, dude.
good.
Like,
It was
they
actually
just
really
want
nice.
blood.
There's some blood.
100%.
Yeah.
Dude, what
it's
about the
not-
other? There's like two other like FGC creators that also came out and said that you're just basically talking nonsense.
So I
Oh
think
my
it was
God.
Akron and then Sonic Soul, which Sonic.
Acheron herself came to talk to Iyo, not clickbait. Nuclear drama.
pisses me off. He knows that. But
shit.
Sonic's cool when he wants to be. No, Sonic's cool when he wants to be. I was in his chat before he made the video. And we were actually talking because he was saying that like they don't exist in the game at all. And I'm like, no, those terms or like those mechanics are in the game. You just don't have access to do them.
Now, saying that something doesn't exist in the game without like any sort of proof is where it also becomes stupid. Because what IYO did was he wasn't saying that like they were intended to be in the game, he was just saying that it existed. But if you're to go in and say like X doesn't exist because of Y, then if you have no proof to back it up, then you're just bullshitting more than the guy that's, currently bullshitting. You know what I mean?
He didn't want to go
And I say currently because he's not bullshitting anymore. He's actually like owning up to his stuff.
like do it. I'm like, I'm not gonna, like stress about it or whatever. It's cool. But he was more bothered that I was using the term incorrectly. Like he didn't care about any of the other stuff going on. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. But then like 2 days later, he made a video like from a different stream, and I'm like, oh, that I wasn't aware of that. So, it is what it is.
Another thing is this. I looked at Io's video because it was privated, MrPokke's reaction. I looked at his video and I only saw negatives, but there were some positives in there. And one of the positive things that he said was like along the lines of, I forget, but don't judge a game like the second it releases unless you've actually like tried the game thoroughly. That was a good take. Another good thing is that he said that, let me see here. Okay, let me think. IYO made very good points, but again, the way he presented it and like what he was saying, he seemed very misguided. And I understood that going in. So what I said at the end of the video and like in the comment section was, I really, really hope this guy has had good takes, and my comment section said he didn't, but like by the looks of it, he seems capable of doing so. He seemed to have not made many good takes in the past, which again I also just like find like not to be believable because he seems really cool right now. What I said was because I'm sorry I keep like backtracking and whatnot. I struggle with speech. Anyways, what he said and how he is as a person are two completely different things. Because, again, his takes were misguided, but he himself seemed like a cool person. So I was really hoping that he would turn out to just, like, be a really cool guy that just said the wrong things. And what do you know? He seems like a cool guy that just said the wrong things. So if you only look for the negatives in someone, and you don't look for the positives, because what I did was that I only saw negatives in that entire video. But the positive that I saw was that this guy could just be, talking out of his ass and just like, he could think about what he says more is all. And what do you know? He took some time off and he thought about what he was going to do, and now he's in MrPokke's live stream talking about what he did and how some of it was just like misguidedness and how some of it was just him like not thinking things thoroughly. And I respect him for being able to man up and admit that he did some stuff wrong, and that makes me grow some respect for him some more.
But he's cool, And then I don't know too much about the other guy, to be fair. I think he plays Dragon Ball Fighters.
The other guy?
Yep.
Oh yeah,
But I mean,
broke that down. He sort of showed a lot. Now, so go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was just going with that. So like, do the FGC like hate you or something, or is it just like one guy or like two guys?
No. It's one of those things where like, and this is gonna be a really generalized term because obviously I can't prove it.
Right.
So I'm just gonna, off the experience of it, my opinion, guys, right? It feels like there are other FGC members or people who play fighting games that are in the Gacha Game community that are now saying like, I've never heard of Iyokuu a day in my life, which is super ironic considering the fact that if your favorites or bigger FGC creators know who I am, but you haven't heard of me, that's irrelevant to me personally. But it also defeats the whole like, I don't know who that is. It's like, there's no way for you to know every single member of the FGC. It's too big, right? I just came from Evo.
Right.
Whoever these people
Shit.
are like, I don't know who EO is. You probably met me or was standing next to me in line if you went to Evo.
Okay, so I feel like saying that you don't know somebody can be taken in different ways depending on how you're using it. The way I said that I didn't know Io was as a way of proving my unbiasedness towards him. Because the first two times I was reacting to his stuff and like making videos on it, first was the power creep. He made a very shit take on the power creep video, I'm gonna be so honest. And the next shit takes he made were the Neo Genshin community video and whatnot. And the way I used I don't know this guy was this. I don't know this guy, but he seems like he can improve, and I don't know this guy, but what he's saying, and I use it as a way, again, I use it as a way of saying, oh, there it is, the Neo Genshin community, insane. The way I used me not knowing him, again, was as a way of proving my unbiasedness so that you guys know that I'm not, like, meat writing him or anything. Because I don't mind, like, being called names and whatnot, but, like, I just want to prove to some people that, like, I'm not, like, this, just to say that I've said, just like to say that I've proved that I've said that. Because if I ever feel like it, I can just say, hey, no, nope, I proved it right here. Go to this timestamp if you really want to see it, and if you're really curious. But saying that you don't know someone just like as an insult, like who are you and whatnot, because I really hate that sometimes, depending on how it's used. But saying like who are you and whatnot, it really just depends on like how you're using it. Anyways, I gotta like use the bathroom. Okay, I'm ready now. Sorry about that.
It's one of those things where it's like genuinely just as a giant community, there's no way I'd be able to say like I've never heard of MrPokke, bro. I played Gacha Games for 4 years
Yeah,
and I've never
absolutely.
heard of this guy day in my life. Like you
Yeah,
can't
absolutely.
know everybody.
Absolutely. But it doesn't really matter, right? Because at the end of the day, because you're not even catering to FGC that much. It's just that you played FGC, but your content is still like gacha. Yeah, so like
Yeah.
yeah, but it's just that a lot more people are like just hopping on just for the sake of hopping on. So it's like
Oh yeah, no, it's dude, everybody's getting their 1 out of 10. That's why I'm like, I'm not even gonna blame y'all. Like I'll be mad about it for a little bit, but I'm not even gonna
Right.
blame them. Get your 1 out of 10s. It's easy views right now. It's whatever. My biggest thing is always just like being respectful about it.
Right,
So
right,
that's
right,
pretty
right,
much it.
okay, but like even if the creators are respectful about it, I guess like the comments there's kind of like a because it's like kind of it trickles down, and there's always those few that are like extremely toxic, and then it will just like slowly start to spread.
Yeah.
So like it's kind of like
Yeah.
you can't really do anything about the concept. So it's like
Yeah, unfortunately. you
yeah,
can't.
Yeah, it's hard to have like creator accountability for that too, because
right,
like if I had a community, let's just say that we were all assholes and like we were like super pretentious, like FGC till the day that we die, whatever, right? It's harder to take creator accountability for like that audience going into somebody else's chat or in somebody else's comment section and then like going ham, right? I can't control my community, right? But you can influence it. I do think that that's where the creator accountability comes into play, is like you do influence or enable how your community might behave or act. And I think trying to mitigate that as much as possible is definitely a better thing to do than just let them be rampant.
How would you like go about it from this point though? Would it just
As
pretend
far as like me moving forward or what?
yeah, exactly.
Dude, I don't even know, man. Like some people still want me to apologize. We already talked about that.
Yeah.
And then like originally I was gonna like let it blow over. I was like, oh, okay, cool, it'll be done in a week. But then it's been 2 weeks. I'm like, fuck.
If you do decide to make a video, or if you come onto someone else's channel, you should at least let people know that you're, like, sorry for, like, sounding or coming off as, like, rude. Now, some of the takes you said you may not be sorry for, and then you're just going to say you're entitled to your opinion, and if that's the case, and it's actually true for some of those takes, that's fair. But I really do feel like, and if you were to see this, that you really should just, like, come to your community and, like, and say that you're sorry for like sounding the way you did, because like from what I'm taking here, you did not mean to sound like a dickhead, but at the end of the day you still sounded like a dickhead, so you should at least apologize and like clear things up before you like go on moving forward. That's just my opinion, at least.
So it's not blowing over in a week.
Right.
But I think like from just a me standpoint, it's really just I haven't made any recent videos since, but it is more being aware of like how I, as Smack said, curate my words. Don't just be mindful. Is pretty much all it is, which is pretty much what I'm going forward to. I'm not against the FGC terms because they just come out, right? Like it's not a thing that I purposely do. It just happens. But as Vulcan said, I'm more aware of like not so much as to not use them, but if I do use them, go ahead and explain it so that maybe they don't have to be used. Because there are things like, for instance, the what did I make fun of? The swap back. That's
Bro.
just switch tech from Naruto, bro.
I
Like that's
legitimately,
in Naruto.
I legitimately don't think it has anything to do with the actual terms. It's just that the way you were kind of comparing the FGC thing and the Gacha players. I think that was like the main thing. The terms, I don't think people really didn't care about it. It's just funny. Like negative edge is like, oh, a lot of negative edge. But it's just like, yeah, the way you kind of brought that point across. Yeah.
Plus, people were taking offense to that, and negative edge was the easiest way for them to make fun of you. Because, edge is a brain rot term, and he was wrong about, like, how he was presenting it. And also, when he was presenting it, he was, like, the way he was saying it, he was like this god sent from God himself that was, like, presenting these terms to the unwashed masses. Not my words. But, the terms themselves we don't give a shit about. The reason why they were making fun of him for negative edging was because, he was angering the community, and what do you know? Negative edge, funny edge goon, and people were making fun of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anyone actually cared about the technicality or like what those terms actually meant until like I actually like clarified it.
Yeah.
Like before
That's
that, I
fair.
don't think anyone really cared.
Oh yeah, Chatter said, what the fuck is FGC? Fighting game community. Context clues, come on!
Yeah, no, that's definitely valid.
I mean, you can be the negative edge guy for future videos. Like, hey guys, the new intro, the negative
Dude,
edge guy. I just own that shit. Yeah.
My titles have been I don't think they're going anywhere in the algorithm. Like it's funny, but the last title that I put out was something about like I got car canceled into whatever
it's so
pools
good,
or
though.
something like that.
No.
Yeah.
I think it will. I think that shit goes really far because like every time I pop up a video and it's like not even related to you, right? It's just gotcha stuff. It's just Zenless stuff. It's just WuWa stuff. The first comment, the comments that I see as a preview are like, this negative edge all over this.
Yeah, for the first time, like a day ago or so, I got my first negative edge comment. I forget which video it was. Let me know if you can find it.
Negative edge all over this boss. I'm like, what the, like what?
It's just.
Yeah,
So
I might have to be that guy, man.
yeah, just own it. I feel like the more you own it, the better it gets. Because like the community will come like, oh yeah, exactly.
I'm not against it either, It's definitely a funny term or it's just cool. I mean, I like negative edge anyway. I play Viper, but that's beside the point,
So, I really do like how, again, I think I said this already, but it really is nice that he's taking his joke that was originally supposed to be derogatory towards him. But I really do like that he's taking it now because that shows that he himself as a person is growing. And that means that I can finally hop off his case and stop looking at things to react to, like, him of, you know what I mean? Because I was monitoring him a lot to make sure, like, he was not being stupid because the guy seems really cool. And I like making sure that people who are misguided, I make sure that they, like, start walking the right path, you know what I mean? Like, I don't just do this for content, too. When I talk about, like, I was really glad that I got 5.7, like, at the point I'm recording this, 5.7 thousand views on I cannot brush past this guy any longer. I am glad that I got that many views. And my original intent, one of my intentions was to make the video, get views off it, and show people that, like, I can make a very nice take and that I'm level-headed. But another one of my intentions is when making these videos, like calling people out, is me hoping that they learn from their mistakes in the future or that they know that what they did was wrong. So yes, if you're wondering, I do look for views and attention, but at the same time, I want to make sure that if I know that they can improve, that they hopefully improve. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I don't mind it.
Yeah, I think like with the terms or like when you're finding like tech or whatever, I feel like if you like say like, oh, this works like like this thing in the fighting games, right? I
Mhm.
think personally that could work a lot better instead of like saying like, yo, it's got to be called this. It's got to be called
What the fuck?
negative edging. It's got to be called like, you know, car canceling, right?
Yeah.
Especially when it's like only like very tangentially related. You know what I mean?
I want to meet Rednu so fucking badly. I've been watching, like, I've been keeping an eye on him too. I watched his video. He had a lot of similar takes to me personally. Like, he may not know me, but, like, he made a lot of similar takes to me as well. I want to meet this guy so badly. He seems so cool.
Yeah, I get what you mean. So if I could ask you like a follow-up question to that, just so that I'm aware of it, how would you go about it in a situation where you are explaining it like in a guide or a video? And like, would you just state a bunch of different terms, or would you state the term anyway? Or because
I would
someone's gonna
say
ask
it's
like,
like-
what do you mean? You know?
Right. I would say like it's like that, I guess. But I don't know. I mean, like as far as like the terminology or the tech goes, I feel like these things get coined and tokenized because they're really important to the community. And yeah, I mean, like I don't really know, I guess, how you would go about it, like trying to name it, but it's it's hard to say like, oh, it has to be exactly this, especially when it's like not one to one. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
I want to meet this guy so badly, but every single time I reach out to someone like Tecton, I reached out to him when he said like, "Oh, you can reach out to me. I can probably respond." Every time I reach out to a gacha creator, I seem like a shitty little fanboy, which is why I stop reaching out to people. But I really do want to meet this guy so badly. He seems like such a cool dude. It'd be nice to be in a VC with him for a little bit.
Yeah, I guess.
I get you. Yeah, I can definitely keep that in consideration.
Yeah. I think we're good. Any closing thoughts?
Yeah. No, thanks for
I'm
having me on
chilling.
here. I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right. Yo, thank you for taking the time, man. Yeah, yo, Rednu, insane video. Thank you so much. But yeah. Take it easy, guys.
No problem. Thanks for reacting. to it.
Aight.
All right.
Aight.
Peace, guys.
Bye.
I'll hop out.
Peace.
Good night. Insane.
Oh, it's done. Okay. Great fucking job, Iyo, for being able to own up to your mistakes and say that you were wrong about some of them. I am really happy that he was able to, you know, come onto stream, not afraid of being able to not being afraid of admitting that he was wrong about some things, and it shows that he's growing as a person, and I'm really, really happy about that because I don't want to make videos on this guy or make comments about him any longer because that's going to make me look like I'm a spy or like spying on him or like ooh, what's this? Mr. Beast video. Okay, I might watch that later. Wait, how long is that? 22 minutes. Okay, I might watch that tomorrow. Okay, but anyways, I am really glad that he was able to come onto stream with MrPokke and talk about what he did. I'm really happy that he was able to admit that he was wrong about some things, and the fact that he was able to do that just shows that he as a person is improving. So, good job, Iyo, if you see this, and yeah, that is about it for today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to like the video and subscribe for more Gacha Gaming content. We are trying to reach 500 subscribers by the end of the summer, so subscribe to make that possible. Comment down below what you want to see next, and check out my community tab for updates and polls on up-and-coming videos. Be sure to also check out my Twitter. I shitpost with a lot of my favorite creators and some dumbasses who turn out as well. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video, which is probably going to be the Genshin video. But anyways, bye-bye!